This is a update on the Murray off-road mower. I'm going to show you some things that I've done to it and some of my other projects that I got going on this winter. Got a 57 Gravely walk-behind tractor I'm going to try and restore if money allows. I got some maintenance on the lawn stuff like mowers, and I got to rebuild the motor on the riding mower that I use here. It's a 2002 MTD automatic, and behind it, I don't know if you can see, is my new four-wheeler, which is a 2009 Kawasaki Bayou 250 that I got for 40 bucks. And the reason is because the wiring is completely removed, the motor is locked up, the front tires are bald, and it's just got probably more wrong with it than is worth fixing. But I'll see if I can resurrect it. I did steal the tires, wheels and tires off of it to put on the Murray here. And all I did to put those on, I had some hubs that I had welded to the shafts, but it was a different bolt pattern, so all I did was re-drill the bolt pattern in these wheels, so they will unbolt and come off. And that's probably a better tread than what I was working with before. So anyway, the mower is if you've watched my other videos, it's a 2002 Murray wide body LT with the standard transmission, 5-speed Peerless Tecumseh. I opened up the battery area to hold a yellow top Optima, and I'll have to fix that strap that'll hold it. I'm going to weld a washer right here to hook that on. I used a piece of pipe here to run the battery cable through. Here's an extended, where I extended the dash right there 3 inches, because the twin cylinder opposed that I had in here wouldn't fit, but I've since swapped to a 16.5 horse overhead valve, which I had, and it was just a better running motor. So I opted for more reliable than performance. And there's the muffler that looks more like a scuba thing sticking out the side of the engine there, but it's good for temporarily. And the front tires, I'm going to do something. I want something more narrow, because it just seems to, with the rear end locked and welded, it doesn't want to turn. So I'm going to try and see if I can figure out some kind of narrow tire, and maybe the track width wider, so it'd be a little more stable. Now I'll set the camera down and see if I can get it up on its side so I can show you the clutch. Alright, I got it propped up on its side, and hopefully the sun and everything will work out and I can show you the clutch mechanism that I put on here. The clutch is actually the stock clutch setup off of a automatic hydro transmission Murray, so it bolted right in, but they use a different style clutch. And here you should be able to see that it's a double clutch style, and this seems to slip a lot less. And here, I'll operate it. There you see it'll put more tension on it, and I may have to put more springs or a tighter spring on there. I'm not sure if that'll hold it tight enough. I haven't done a lot of testing on it, but it's a 5-inch pulley on the back and a 5-inch stock pulley on the front, which also came off of the hydro automatic Murray. So there's quite a few pieces that are useful off of those automatic mowers. Usually people that modify them don't want to mess with a automatic, they want the standard, but there's quite a few useful pieces. I've scavenged the clutch and the front pulley there, and it should work good. And here you can see the ramp in the framework I've built, so that I plan on covering this with sheet metal, so that when you get stuck it'll ramp up a little bit for that transaxle, because it hangs down quite a bit, probably 5 or 6 inches, and instead of hitting it solid, it'll have a slight ramp. And here's another shot of those tires, which are 22 by 11 on a 10-inch rim, and they're Dirt Devils, which I've been told is a very long wearing tire, and they got pretty decent tread on there. Not sure what else I've done other than, like I said, I've done put a 2-inch receiver hitch into the back framework, but it's not as strong as I would like it. I'm gonna reinforce it some more before, say, pulling a trailer or something. But it's probably actually strong enough to pick the whole tractor up, but just in case, I want to strengthen it more and tie it into the frame more. That's about it as far as the upgrade. The front has the 3/4 inch bolts welded onto the end of the spindles with the double nuts, and the rear tires put on the front and a little bit of grease, which surprisingly turns very easy, considering all it is just metal on metal with some grease in there. If I had to do it over again, I would drill down the center of the bolt and then drill a small hole from the side and put a grease fitting right in there, so that I could quite easily grease these on a regular basis, instead of having to pull the whole wheel off to add some grease. But that's all I got for this update. I am considering putting suspension on the front of this mower, and if I do that, it'll probably be quite a while before I do it. But I do have the front frame of a four-wheeler, 80s model Yamaha Timberwolf. I got the front suspension arms, and well, I got the whole frame and shocks and everything's good, so I may put suspension on the front of this. It's not so easy on the back, so I'll probably still have solid in the back. But so far, that's what I've got done to this tractor, and I hope that's helped anyone, and that's all I got. Thanks for looking.